In the spirit of repurposing and recycling, I have twining tea boxes. I also have some Lipton tea boxes in my cabinet, and I take them out and I decorate them, and they make really nice little gift boxes. Because we don't want the raised logo or design here, and it's on this side as well, I'm going to take some DecoArt modeling paste. Scrub that area first to get the shine off of it. You can take the tea out. Then what we're going to do is take that modeling paste and put it over the design to smooth it out. It's just like frosting a cake. Be aware that the top lid comes down over that. So now you're going to put that aside to dry. Now that it's dry, what I'm going to do is take a sanding disc to it and soften down some of those peaks. So after we've done that, we need to cover it with gesso, so that we can, it's like a primer, so that we can paint over this and not have the lettering or the design show through. So I'm going to cover my entire box with the gesso, and then I'll be right back. Now that the gesso is dried and I covered it with 2 coats, it probably needs a third because you can still see the lettering through the top. But do the best you can. It's all sanded down. Now I'm going to take my napkin, and I chose this birch looking napkin for more of a winter versus Christmas look. This particular napkin happens to be a 1-ply, so there's only 1 sheet of paper, tissue paper on the back side. So again, we need to separate that so we just have the colored piece on the top. And now I'm going to decide whether I'm going to put this along the bottom or whether I want to put it on the top part. And I'm thinking I'm going to put it along the bottom. So what I have in mind is I'm going to tear the same width off of here. Once I get that done, I'll be back. Okay, now that I tore all my pieces, I'm going to use the decoupage for napkins. And it's okay that I have straight edges because I have straight edges here and here. But I don't want the straight edge on the top. So put this all over this piece. And then lay this piece on top. And go over it. And it's okay if it's wrinkly. I don't mind it being wrinkly because it gives it character, but if you have a problem with that, I saw on YouTube that they have a way of doing it so that your napkin doesn't wrinkle using plastic wrap. And you put the napkin on plastic wrap and then you do the decoupage, turn the saran wrap over and place your piece on there. So I'm just going to keep wrapping this around and I'll be right back. Okay, now that I've decoupaged that on and dried it, there's little areas that fall over the openings, so just tear those off. If they come over your edge. You can also clip them with scissors if you wish. If there's some areas that are lifting, go back with your brush and some more decoupage. And secure those edges. And it's easy as that for the bottom part. Now I chose colors again out of the palette. I've got a Whispering Turquoise, a neutral gray, that'll be some metallics, dazzling metallic shimmering silver, and snow titanium white. I'm going to base coat the top part of the box with the Whispering Turquoise. And I like using a 3/4 inch flat brush to do that. And I'm going to base coat the sides with the neutral gray, and I'll be right back. I painted the top with 2 coats of Whispering Turquoise plus white, 2 to 1. 2 drops of Whispering Turquoise to 1 drop of Snow White, and see how that looks if you have this napkin and you're trying to match this napkin. And then I base coat the edge and the bottom with the neutral gray, and I'm thinking I want to carry it around, so I wanted to show you. Again, you can do that with your compass tool. It comes around, you do the edge of the needle here to the edge of the box, and you adjust the pencil to where the edge of the lid is. So it's going to come around and go straight across. So I'm going to paint the upper part here with the neutral gray all the way around. Be right back. Okay, for a quick review. We decoupaged our napkin on the bottom part of our box. We did the top first with gesso, then with 2 coats of color. I ended up with a Whispering Turquoise plus white mixture to soften it up. I had painted the edge here with neutral gray, and then I covered it with the shimmering silver. So now I'm trying to decide what I want to do to the top. I don't really want to carry the birch up there, but I had an idea. I wanted to do a silhouette of a stag. So I found a photograph of a stag, and I cut it out and made a tracing, a line drawing, and reduced it so that now I can fit this stag on here. So I'll just be putting that much of the stag on here. But before I do that, I figure I should have some kind of a background design. And I'm thinking I'm going to do speckles again. I like the dotted effect, as if it's snowing in the background. And I've already painted this, and I don't want to get dots all over this too. So what I'm going to do is use a grocery bag, and I'm going to cover the bottom of my piece with the grocery bag, so that the only thing now that I have to worry about will be this top. This is painted, so if it gets on here, you can either wash it off right away if you catch it quick enough, or you're going to paint over this, so it's not a big deal. But you can't do that with the napkin part. So I'm going to use that fan brush again. Again, I have a little fan brush, but you can use a bigger one. And you're going to load this brush, have water in the brush, and load the brush with white so it's very soupy. And then you're going to tap it, and spatter will come off. Hard to see on the white, I know. Let's do the same with I picked up some midnight blue. And I'm debating, okay, let's do the same with the metallic silver. So I have water in my paintbrush, and it's very diluted. Can you see that any better? So I'm going to blow dry that, trace on my stag, and I'll be right back. Now we're back, and I base coated the stag with deep midnight blue plus whispering pine. More of this than this, so 2 to 1. Trying to match the color of the leaves in my napkin. The deep midnight blue was too dark and too true blue. So that's base coated on there. I have this big area over here. What I'm going to do with it, I don't know yet. And I also usually put something here. I'm considering keeping the attention to the top, so I might not do a whole lot here, and I was even thinking about trimming this straight on so I don't have that oval. Some of the options I have, which you have to go through your own stuff at home to see what you have, but I had purchased some plastic snowflakes, and I have them in different sizes, and I'm not sure if I want to utilize them like that. Things in threes, think odd numbers, because that is more appealing to your eye when things are done in odd numbers. I also have just a big one, maybe, maybe not. I also was thinking of putting it here, but it really doesn't show up that much here. And it kind of then detracts you from the stag. So I like the idea of doing things in threes. So I might do something like that. That might be pretty on the box. I also have a paper punch that I made little snowflakes out of. And those can, I don't think they're the right blue for this, but if you have the right color paper and you want to paper punch some out, I just think that they're too small for what I need right now. So I'm going to put them away. Another thing I have are brads that are snowflakes. See, they're brads. But then I'd have to put holes in here, and I'm not sure that that's the way to go for this project either. I just went to Michael's today and I picked these up. Merry Minis. And they're ornaments that you hang on a tree. And I wondered if I spray painted them with white, how they might look on this piece. And I'm not sure, and I got two sizes also, so I'm just thinking it's fighting it. I don't like it. They'll be used in something, I'm sure, but not this piece. So, I'm going to do another coat of the mixture of Whispering Turquoise and Deep Midnight Blue on my stag. And then I'm going to trim off this bulge on my Twinings tea box. And I'll be right back. Okay, second coat on the stag, and I trimmed off the edge here. I decided I like this the best, so I will glue those onto there. And I have an option of from Creative Art Lifestyle. I have this border stencil of snowflakes that I was looking at to see if it was possible of putting them around the edge. Obviously the big one can't happen, or if so, I'm just going to use a part of it. But it would be kind of neat to have it there if it doesn't fight with what's on top and what's on bottom. So it might just be leaving it plain is the best way to go. I also have some ribbon choices. I can do a glitter, but I think this glitter is too bright for that. And then I have these other ones that I got from Michael's. It was probably like in the $2 section. And I have a nice white velvety ribbon that can go around the edge like so, but looks like it'll take away. I have this one, looks a little bit more frozen type look with its peaks, and that can go on the edge. That might work because that looks like a freezing type of edge. I think I like that one best so far. I also have in this pack a rickrack. It's a silver rickrack. it looks okay. It's definitely an option. And the last piece I have is like frilly gathered material that's twisted. And nah, definitely don't like that one. So it will be between the silver and the white frozen looking piece. So do I like that, or do I like this? Maybe in keeping with the silver top, I'll go with the silver, because the white might take my attention away from the stag again. Always think about your center of attention. What is it that you really want the people to be looking at? And is it your embellishments, or is it truly the item? So I'm going to glue this around the edge. When I do that, be aware on this box, because it has that kind of an edge, and you're gluing it on here, not this. So you're going to have to cut it. You see what I'm saying? So that this piece here, I did this one partially way up, but I had to cut it. I stopped it there, and I didn't put it on the front, and I had to cut it and then glue it so that it matched it, but it wasn't all one, because you want to be able to open and close your piece. So I'll do that, and I'll be right back. So here's the finished product. I cut it so that it looks like it continues through, but it actually is cut, so you can open and close the lid.
Until next time, keep calm and paint on.